riff that we looked at was Back in Black by AC/DC. So AC/DC, probably one of the tightest rock bands on planet Earth in terms of rhythm. This is a really cool riff to kind of get us started with. We open it up with some chords, so it's an E chord, which is that one. Hit that once and then we mute it with this hand. So we go, and then to a D, and we go down, up, down, A, down, up, down, and then we've got this. So we're in the 3rd fret, pick that, and then that string open, and then onto the 2nd string, pick that in the 3rd fret, and then open, and then the 3rd string in the 2nd fret. Now that's the riff in its basic form. If you've got an electric guitar and you're used to playing these kind of things, you might want to incorporate a string bend, so that's where we take the note and we alter the pitch by either bending upwards or downwards. If you do have a go at doing that, just make sure that as you're doing that you want to be increasing the pressure of the finger, so it's kind of like you're digging into the fretboard. Otherwise, as we go down, what often happens is we just start losing the tone there. So yeah, as you bend down, more pressure. We've then got this part, which is a little bit more tricky. This is where we're on the 6th string in this 7th fret. Now try and use your 4th finger for that one, and then we go to the 6th string 7th fret, and then the 6th string 4th fret, back to the 7th fret, and then to the 5th fret, and then 7th, and then 6th, and then twice on the 7th. As you can see, getting those fingers to work like that, or aiming to get them working like that, is really good for getting these fingers working independently. I do appreciate that that's a little bit of a stretch, so if you need to, can just use your 1st finger, but you want to be aiming to be able to get your finger span increased anyway, so this is quite good for working on that. But yeah, have a go with your 1st finger if you really need to. There's a lot of guitar players who just use 1 or 2 fingers. Django Reinhardt being one of them, which is spelled D-J-A-N-G-O, Django Reinhardt. Look him up. But yeah, an amazing guitar player that just used these 2 fingers. He lost his other 2 in a fire. Other riff that we worked on was Seven Nation Army, which is kind of self-explanatory. Just use your 1st finger to play all of the notes in that riff. What I'd like you to try and do, which isn't on the handout, is include, these are 5ths. Now, this is where we're playing the root note and then the 5th note above, and it always forms the same shape with the fretting hand, so it's 6th string and then 2 frets up on the 5th string, and you can also do these on the 5th and 4th string, and that's movable. Now there is a part in the Seven Nation Army song where we go, just playing those 2 strings and we're sliding those up. I think the lyrics for that are feeling in my bones, something like that. You can also play the entire riff using 5ths, so it's where we've still got that, but we're also playing a 5th note above that, which is down here, so that'd be on the 4th string, 2 frets up from the leading note here. So we go, it's not compulsory for you to do it like that, but it's a good introduction to playing 5ths. We had the chain, so this is from the Fleetwood Mac song. It was used for the Formula 1 theme tune on ITV back in the day. It comes in on that song about 2.5 minutes, something like that, and it is initially a bass riff, Now, for this, we're going to use first position. So first position is describing which finger we use for which individual fret. So first position is where we have the first finger playing all the first fret notes, the second finger playing all the second fret notes, the third finger all the third fret notes, fourth finger for all the fourth fret notes. So I just want you to have a look at the fingering, what's going on with this hand. I think we're going to come back to that song and play the chords for it. So we're going to play all the way through that song, and then we'll have some guys playing that riff, and then there's a nice bit of higher end kind of lead that comes in as well, which we'll probably have a shot at. And then the final one is the Arctic Monkeys track. Now, what I would really like you to do with this is have a listen to it, because it's a good song. Visit www.ultimate-guitar.com. Type in the song title. It will bring you a list of tabs for that song. Select the one that's got the most stars rating, and have a look at the tab for it. What we're focusing on, it's the main riff, so it's the one that's right at the start of the song and it just repeats all the way through. Have a go at playing that. There is a version of it on the tabs that we've got, but I would prefer you to kind of go and look at the more detailed one, which is online. Play it in first position. The 5th fret notes, use your 3rd finger for that. Now this is a really good song for increasing speed with this hand, increasing confidence with this hand, but it's also really good for working on your timing as well. And I would love it if we were all able to have a go at playing that all at the same time. So you've got a few weeks to work on these. Enjoy them. Use them for personal enjoyment because you like the way that they sound, or if you don't like the way that they sound, use them just to get this hand moving around a little bit more confidently. And I shall look forward to hearing what you've done with them in our next session.